This is VanCam. This is VanCam. This is VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for.
Steve, I don't feel sorry for you, mate. I told you this weeks ago that Debbie was trouble. So coming to me now and saying she stuck a fork in your thigh. What can I do, mate? I warned you. Warned you. Is it my imagination? Or have we finally found something worth living for? Of course we have. VanCam's to live for, innit? I killed myself doing a Liam Gallagher impression, man. How are we all? How the devil are we? Fuck, I'm not alright, man. I killed myself doing that. How does he do that? He used to do that for Oasis. Oh, it's brought a right tear to my eye, man. Welcome, everyone, to VanCam. Composure, professionalism. Welcome. How the devil are you? It's VanCam. This is Kev Ashford. Or I'm Kev Ashford. This is VanCam. And what a week. I'm going to touch first on the Liverpool game, but I'll just let you know there is a transfer exclusive coming up in this show from my mate Disco Dave, so I'll be telling you all about that in a bit. There's going to be a little bit of tactical analysis looking ahead to the Stoke game, and there's a prize giveaway. A brand new pair of adidas sambas. Let me just check the size of them. Size 10. So keep watching the video. At the end I'm going to fire out a question. Get in the comments. If you get it right, select it at random. Oh my god, you just won a brand new pair of adidas sambas. That is how VanCam is moving. It's moving fast. Yeah? That's what's happening now. Prize giveaways, the lot. Right, straight in. The Liverpool match. Disappointed. Disappointed with the result. I said it in my midweek VanCam. I think it was the fact that so many players didn't turn up for a big game. Herrera went missing. Martial, Mkhitaryan, even Ibrahimovic, but that was because he was isolated. I have said this before. Pogba, Jesus man, what was wrong with him? He must have been on the piss the night before. That's the worst game I've seen him have. I don't know whether them cringy emojis on the boards around the ground were putting him off, or what he was at. But then even to start dabbing when the cross come in, you know, and the Yorkshire Figo scores. Thought it was going to be an awful day. Can't stand them twats. But we got a point out of it. I thought we deserved it. I've heard a lot of people saying that Liverpool dominated. Obviously Liverpool fans with the old red tinted specs on. But I thought, on reflection, because how awful, how half the team didn't turn up or performed anywhere near what they're like. But I'm not knocking Pogba in that sense. I think he's been really good this season, and he's had an off game. Deal with it. Just because he cost 89 million, you know, he's expected to be scoring 4 overhead kicks and, you know, a few 60-yard screamers. Nobody will be satisfied, and it's always, oh, he's not an 89 million pound player. Nobody is. It's just what we had to pay, and I'm sure Pogba will know, you know, that he needs to take something from that game. You could see he was frustrated, but just one of them days, just an off day, or just an off day. But the Scousers, typical Scousers, reckon that we played for a draw and all that. You know, we could only draw against their reserves. What did they have? One lad at right back who, I can't even remember his name, which disappointed me slightly, because I thought Martial, if anything, run at him, get at him, just go for it, mate, go at him. But we'll take a draw, and we move on to Stoke, which I'm going to cover in a bit, because, well, the next segment of the show, it come in a couple of weeks ago. People are going mad for it, man, mad for it. It is transfer bollocks. Yes, man, time for transfer bollocks. A world exclusive last week. And for this, out comes the Louis van Gaal dossier. Louis van Gaal's army! Here we go, here she is. People go mad for this, the old dossier. Where's my pen? Makes me look like what I'm doing, man. Here we go, give it a click. I'm not going to use it, but like I said, it makes me look professional, man. Bit of Elton John and bit of George Michael blaring out, man, on VanCam. Right, are you ready for it? First of all, I'm going to shoot down Disco Dave. This is my mate who's in the know, mates with Indy Kalina. I ring him the other day, last week this is. I'm ringing Disco Dave. He's doing his night shift at KFC. Disco, tell me the crack about Schneidlin. Tell me he's not going to Everton. What does Disco say? 100% sure he's not going. He's going to stay at United and try and cement his place in the team. Plays way into Mourinho's plans. A couple of days later, he's only going to sign for Everton. So I'm not happy with Disco. I'm thinking he can redeem himself here. You can redeem yourself, son. On the blower again. Disco, Memphis Depay, talk to me. Talk to me. What does he come out with? He's not going. Memphis is staying at United. Mourinho thinks he's the next Ronaldo. And this week, he's signed for Lyon. So I'm not happy, Disco. I said, you're going to have to pull something out of the bag. I said, I've got people watching VanCam. They're relying on you to come out with this information, the exclusives. And at the minute, you know, I thought that 8% strike rate of getting his transfers right was really good. You've just taken 2% off it, mate. I'm just not happy. So, he rings me the other night. Disco Dave rings me. Kev, listen to this. I was in Wetherspoons in Stockport the other night. I'm having a pint of lager. He said there's somebody sat next to me on the bar stool drinking a double Bacardi and Coke. He said it looked a bit like Frank Bruno. So he's listening in. He thinks it is Frank Bruno. And he hears him saying to the bartender that he's signing for Manchester United on a free transfer. The man in question gets up, walks out the bar. Disco Dave has only just noticed that it is only Emile Heskey, ex-England and Liverpool international. He's trying to make a comeback. But he reckons he heard him saying to the bartender that Mourinho's interested on a 2-month deal. Now, United might look to do this. Let's not forget Zlatan Ibrahimovic is 35 years old and he is ripping up the Premier League. So why not? Why not Emile Heskey as a backup to Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Could give him a bit of a rest, you know, in them shitty games that we play. Well, shitty games. That is the end of transfer bollocks. Thank you very much. More next week. Next up, we've got to look at Stoke, haven't we? Playing Stoke this week. I hate Stoke. That's all you need to know. People from Stoke, the majority of them have 6 fingers. They are freaks of nature. They aspire to be on shows like Jeremy Kyle. In fact, probably 98% of them have been on the Jeremy Kyle show. They've lived out the dream. The other 2% are probably just drinking special brew all day, sat watching Jeremy Kyle. Yeah, that's what they're at. But it's a horrible place, Stoke. Don't know whether you've ever been. Driving into it, it just gets me down. It gets me depressed. And you go into a petrol station, fill up, go in. All right, duck. What? All right, duck. What are you calling me duck for? What is all that about in Stoke? Duck. Just call me... I prefer you call me mate or something. Duck. Anyway, the mind boggles, and that is what goes on in Stoke. It's a strange town. But I think it's going to be a tough game. It's that old cliche, innit? It's going to be a cold January afternoon in Stoke. But I don't care, man. We're good enough to beat these. We need to get back to winning ways after that, the disappointment of that Liverpool draw. And what better way to do it than to smash up some freaks from Stoke? It's plain and simple as that. And I hate Stoke because of the fans. They actually think that this is a derby. To them, it's a derby. Stoke are nothing to us. They're just some small shit club that we have to play twice a season. well, unless we play them in the FA Cup or something like that, or the EFL Cup. We're not asked. It's just another game for us, but they get right up for this. They were at it the other year outside a pub with this flag, Munich bastards. What's all that about, man? Wind your necks in. Wind them dirty necks in, yeah? Yeah. That's all you need to know about Stoke. You really do. The team analysis, I have looked through it. The Louis van Gaal dossier is out again. I've looked at their team. They've got Joe Allen. What was he? The Welsh Xavi. He's not. He never will be. They've got Peter Crouch, for Christ's sake. He's 7 foot. He's a freak. He should be in a cage. People prod him and laugh him. Kids. I'd bring my kid to see him if he was in a cage. They would find it hilarious. They really would. The dossier is saying, and the analysis, I can't go through it all because it takes me too long. 6-fingered freaks. Case closed. Right, I'm ready to wrap up now. I went on far too long last week, but the dossier is coming out again. Jeez, I'm really spoiling yous. I'm going to have to get some of them Ferrero Rochers and start sending them to everyone that watches, and then I would be spoiling you. The dossier is coming out again, but a new segment of the show. I said I was going to do it the other week, but I've only picked 2 out this week. The comment section. It's
your comments are
always mint. I have a great old time in there. Oh, lots of love for VanCam. But first comment of the week is getting read out. It was from Dan Benfer. Dan Benfer, I think you've got your name right. And the message under the video in the comment section was, does that Umbro jumper ever get washed? Or do you have an endless supply after your time playing for the Fiddler's Green? The Umbro jumper, I must say, you've only just made me realise, Dan. I have had a good look, and on further inspection, look at the state of it. I don't think I've ever washed it, man. So this weekend for you, Dan, it's going in the washing machine, yeah? Nice one for reminding me and bringing it to my attention. I did laugh when I read that. Next up, it was only to do with the Liverpool game. I make a comment in the last video about Paul Pogba, like I did in this one, saying, what was he at? Simon Morris only replied, I think that Paul Pogba had Fellaini's boots on. And you know what? There could be some truth to it, because I didn't even mention before, Pogba had a mare, but Fellaini, he's only getting a clap on VanCam. It's the first ever, it'll probably be the last. He actually come on and changed the game. I really thought he did. And people say, oh, if Van Gaal was in charge and he brought on Fellaini like that, you know, Mourinho's doing the same. He used to do that from the first second of the game, Van Gaal. Play Fellaini up top, long balls, left, right, back. There was nothing, one shot on target a game. At that point of the game, Mourinho thought, I'm going to change the game and the style of play. I'm going direct and we're going for a goal. I've no problem with that. I know he's a liability, but he come on. Next minute, ball in, down on the chest. When he's first coming on, don't get me wrong, I'm coming out with all the usual shit. Why is he bringing this fucking bastard on? Sorry for the swearing. This bushy-haired bastard. Again, I've swore. I have to get a swear box for VanCam. But I'm like, Rashford's on the bench. Bring Rashford on. Rashford will terrorise him. He can score. He'll get at him. Fellaini comes up, brings the ball down on his chest. I'm thinking, all right, knocks it out wide. Next ball, takes a touch, out wide. I'm thinking, oh yeah, somebody's been putting a bit of training in. He did all right, Marouane Fellaini. If you're watching, fair play. I thought you did all right when you come on against Liverpool. Yeah, I think that's it. I just went off on one then. But the comment section, that's what I want to start doing every week. I'm reading out a few of your comments. So subscribe to VanCam. Tell your friends if you want. Like the video if you're enjoying it now. That means a lot to me. 4 dislikes on the video the other week. I tell you what, disliking my videos, it's an insult to me. Yeah? So if I ever find out who it is, I will hunt you down and I will give you a Chinese burn. because that is one of the worst things you can inflict. Pain-wise, is the worst pain you can inflict on a man. And I will do that. I'm serious. Take that as a threat. Anyway, I'm wrapping up. Yeah. Stoke this weekend. Enjoy the match. Get all the comments flying in the section, or the comments section. I'm having a bad day here, man. I need to get back to work. I do. Tackle, break, over. Oh, the competition. I've nearly forgot. I've just seen the trainers. Okay. Here they are. I'll show them what they are and then I'll set the question.
Competition time!
Do you want to own these size 10 Adidas Sambas? They're brand new. Take a look at them. Yeah. Oh, bit of a defect at the front. That can be sorted out. Do you want to win these bad boys? That is a question you need to ask yourself. Personally, I think you're all looking at it and going, oh my God, I need these trainers in my life. Do you know what? VanCam can make it happen. Kev can make it happen. Answer this simple question. Which player at Man United do I least, that's least, like? Just spat them. Least like. Comment section. Open it up now. Write the word answer. After that, followed by the player's name who I least like at Manchester United. A winner will be chosen at random. Check out them bad boys again. You want these on your feet. You can have them on your feet. Just get involved in the comment section in the competition. You've got to be in it to win it. Stoke at the weekend. Come on, United! Let's beat these six-fingered freaks from Stoke. Yeah!
It started with a kiss. Never thought